fourth straight ACC Championship.
Wow, you know, it really hadn't set in yet, but just to see the smiles on the faces of these young men. And we started back in August, and we told them it would take 122 days of total commitment. And just to see those guys amidst all the distractions, the possible distractions, you know, this team right here is a special group of young men, led by a great group of seniors, and for them to have a chance to get their 53rd win and to win 4 titles in a row. So happy for our fans. Just you think about 10 years ago, Coach Sweeney talked about 10 years ago, he was given an opportunity, and here we are now, and we're just getting started. So just unbelievable, you know, amount of focus by young people in this day and age to put themselves aside, to believe in something bigger than themselves, and to come out and to set history.
How much was that first run by Travis scheme or just individual effort on his part?
You know, I wouldn't say it was him, because obviously it was everybody. It was all 11, and that's what's the beauty of offensive football. It takes all 11 for plays like that. If there's not guys, you know, at the receiver position blocking downfield, the offensive line did a great job of covering them up, and that's something we've been working on, trying to get them running sideways and giving Travis a second to diagnose it. And once he sees a hole, he's able to put his foot in the ground. And then once he gets past the linebackers, then his talent takes over, and he was able to kind of weave his way back and make a guy miss there to score a touchdown.
Tony, with all the talent and skill guys you have, what is it about this sophomore running back where he's kind of catapulted himself into becoming really one of the leaders and the main catalyst on your offense?
You know, for him, it starts with he's an extremely talented young man. But you see when he's giving his speeches, he's always giving credit to everybody else, and it's not just him. And he talks about it himself. It's all those guys in that room. And so he's feeding off of Adam Choice. He's feeding off of Feaster. You know, Dixon has brought something new to the room. So those guys feed off of each other, and he's a very talented young man, and he understands the importance of playing within the system and being a team guy. And when he gets out on the field, I mean, he runs with desperation, and I think that's what's allowed him to step in this early in his career and put up the numbers that he has.
Tony, does he have another level?
You know, I think so. You know, I think he does have another level. He's still got to grow physically. You know, he's nowhere near. If you look at an Adam Choice and Feaster up top, he's not. You know, he really hadn't scratched the surface of how much good weight he can put on, and you know, he's still learning how to carry the extra weight he's put on in his lower body, and then just challenging him from a schematic standpoint to really understand the schemes. You've seen that he's progressed over the year, and really starting to learn how to run behind his blocks, set his blocks up. So yeah, he's still got a lot of room to grow.
When you have one guy doing a lot of chunk plays like he is, how tempting is it to ride the hot hand as opposed to your rotations that you guys have?
You know, last week versus South Carolina was the most amount of carries in 28, and I was very, very proud of how he carried the load. But you look in the first half, he only touched it 9 times. So those guys have been able to complement each other. And then when Choice can go in there and average 7 yards a carry, you know, so Travis isn't having to do it all by himself. There was one game this season where he did carry a heavy load, and I think that's what's helped him to be dynamic here in the late in the season and going into the postseason, because he's relatively fresh.
Here's you guys are 13.